We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Artists and Artists, where we say it's a conversation that needs to be had. I have a very, very dear friend of mine as my guest today. Today is a very special segment. It's called an intervention segment, keep your kids out of jail segment. Got my man Maino in the building today.
I like that. Keep the kids out of jail. I like that. Intervention. This is crazy. Where we going with this? I feel like Kobe was behind some of this.
No, I'm just playing.
Kids, I'm just playing. I kind of like it though.
I'm just playing. Okay. Shout out to Playmaker. You know, we get some money together with Playmaker.
Big shout out to Playmaker.
Brought to you by Playmaker. But now, what's up, my brother? How you
feeling, brother?
I'm good. I can't complain. Working like we usually do.
See you working, man.
I know people. They always get to see us together with the gang and
Right.
You know, they always see us cracking jokes.
So this is basically like cheating, though.
It's like a cheat code?
This is like a cheat code. Like,
why would you say that?
You get to like interview your friends.
Yeah, in a bit. That's what it's a conversation that needs to be had.
Right.
It's not really about getting everybody. It's more like getting the people that I respect and admire, people that I want to interview.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Man. Even with that, I got to stop being selfish with that because there's a lot of artists that need to be interviewed and I need to know more about them. And
do you like interviewing?
I like interviewing people. I like interviewing.
That's the thing, right? So I don't know if I really like interviewing people, right? But I've been in situations where I've interviewed people that I've never met. Mm-hmm. Have you interviewed somebody you never met?
That's the tricky part.
You're trying to get into that comfort zone.
That's what I got to get ready to get into, that comfort zone. You know what I mean? Like dealing with people that you never met, don't know nothing about, but they all deserve an equal chance at telling us their story and who they are, especially if they actually in the game and they making some type of noise and got some motion and that.
Do you feel like it's harder to do that because you don't have no chemistry with them?
That's what I feel like, but it might not be so, and I have to take my personal out of me interviewing.
Away from it.
You know what I mean?
It's not personal.
It's not personal. It's like kind of like acting.
Right.
You know what I mean? You ain't got you can't act like in the hood all the time. They're not gonna give you that luxury and shit like that. You might have to be an actor. It might have to be a fireman. Might have to be a police. Might have to whatever that takes. So it's like there's a little bit of that with this. You can't really just be all comfortable with interviewing people you know and know things about and shit like that. You know what I mean?
If you're gonna do it because other than that, you're just gonna interview only the people you know and got relationship with.
100%, and there's way more people plus I want to learn about the new generation. I want to learn about new artists that I'm really not up on, but really do have motion. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, I got to kind of get out of that. I mean, but it's also new for me also, you know what I mean? Like me jumping into this whole...
Right, this is different Jimothy Jones.
Yeah, this is real journalism and shit like that.
Right.
It's not like me getting in front of the camera and just doing what I need to do and getting out of there and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's something you really got to dive into. So when you dealing with people that you don't know, you still have to be intrigued even if they don't have a story that's that compelling.
But you don't know.
This is what I'm saying.
You don't know until you actually get into the conversation.
And that's what I'm telling myself. They might be
you know,
one of the dopest people I ever met. But you won't know until, you know what I mean?
You know what? In the conversation, you find out something that you like, word? Wow, okay.
100%. But how you feel? Because I know watching you see what people might not realize is that you are, for artists, you're probably one of the first few artists, aside from the big names that people know, the Joe Buttons, that space, and Norris and all that. But one of the first few artists that actually had your own podcast.
Yep.
And I also did an interview up there.
Yep.
How was it for you doing that podcast, and how do you feel now seeing everybody adapting to the new wave of entertainment?
When I did my podcast, it was 2020. We were still in the house.
Pandemic.
We were still pandemic. And I was figuring out something to do, right? Because we was there anyway. So I was like, we just going to shoot it in the kitchen. Because everybody was telling me I should do a podcast because I was going in my car, you know, dropping jewels or whatever. I was talking. So I was like, yo, just do it, right? Before that, though, they had, I had a podcast with Uncle Murder. It was called Brooklyn Boys, I think, and we was doing a deal with Revolt.
Shouts to him, psych. But
Look,
what
come
was
on,
your-
come
my
on,
bad,
no,
my
no,
bad,
no,
my bad, my
stop it.
bad,
We
my
ain't no
bad,
Uncle
my
Murder
bad,
Slim.
my
No.
bad, my bad. I'm just fucking around, man.
Stop
Let me be one
right now. I'm giving you a story. See, this is not. Let's rap about it, nigga. This is serious talking time right here.
We
all right?
serious. We serious.
Okay,
I'm
so
back.
we
I'm
had
back.
a podcast. We shot 2 episodes, but it was something about what was going on in Revolt that it didn't happen. So that was back in like 2017,
Yeah,
2018. So I've been trying to get in the space.
Revolt had collapsed and then
Right,
came
and then
back.
they built back up.
Yeah.
So I started doing it in my crib, and I ain't gonna lie, I loved doing it when we was in the house, like when we was home. But once we got off of quarantine, I didn't
It was
love
outside.
it.
You want to be
I didn't love it.
outside.
I didn't love it the same.
It didn't feel the same because
Yeah,
you
it
felt
didn't
like
feel
you
the
was
same.
missing something because now everybody outside and you felt like you.
You know what it was? We was shooting on Sundays, and then my house was like the party cribs. It was like I got food there. You know, you was coming, there, got food in the house.
It was a vibe.
It was a vibe. You know what I mean? It was like how we do now, right? But it was smaller, right? It was more contained. Nobody was outside anyway. So it felt good to do it because it was like, damn, we ain't going nowhere anyway.
So let's go back to the beginning. Let's give some people a little history about me. Maybe I get to learn something about you also. So where are you from, my brother?
Where I'm from? Nigga, you know where I'm from. You know where I'm from.
I do, but this
I'm
for the
from
people.
Brooklyn, man.
What part?
Best side, the greatest side.
See,
Greatest side.
I'm not going to.
Don't say it.
I'm not
Leave it
gonna-
alone.
I'm
Keep
not
it,
gonna start.
yeah.
I'm not going to start.
Best side, Brooklyn.
What school you went to?
I went to a couple of schools. But when I started getting in trouble, you up in family court, the judge would put you in schools.
Yeah, they
I
forced you
went to an ADT school before,
What's that?
some court-appointed school.
What is it? Is it a name for ADT?
I never knew what it stood for. Maybe
Something detention.
attention, something. And
A-
it was only like 9 other people in the whole school. Literally.
Attention deficiency.
Yeah.
Deficiency.
Yeah, it was just like
teaching,
9 other
something
people.
like that.
So what it was like if you was like a troubled youth, in and out of Sparfit or, and wasn't going to school and you needed to be in school and you had family court cases,
Was it ADD? Like what kids have?
I don't know what it was.
That-
It was
that's
called
the thing.
ATD.
ATD?
ATD school. ATD school. I don't know what it was. It was like in a church. It's like,
A special
wow.
school.
Yeah, it was special. It was wow. Like 9 other people in the whole school. There you go. Achieving a dream. Yeah, I
When you
went
start
there.
coming outside,
Oh, very early. Too early.
what did you say? It was teenage years, 13, 14?
No.
Before that?
Yeah. So, when I was 12, I feel like is when I started to really get excited about the street.
Before that, was it something you wanted to be?
A stuntman.
I'm not asking you.
I'm
you
dead,
want to
I'm
be
dead
something.
serious. A stuntman.
What was it? What was that show we used to watch back in the
Fall
day?
Guy.
It's my man right here, Buck Rogers. What was his name? You know what I mean? But that was the actor for Buck Rogers.
100%. And he was the actor from
Bionic Man.
Bionic Man.
He was getting busy back then.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Stuntman. I like that job. I want to. Funny thing is, you want to hear what I wanted to be when I was coming up? I wanted to be a journalist. It's crazy.
Really?
100%. When I was younger, I always said I wanted.
you felt
to be a
like-
journalist and a teacher.
You felt like you saw yourself
I used
on
to
camera?
I used to just love watching the news, and I always say I want to be a news reporter. And then somebody told me, "Oh, that's a journalist," and it always stuck with me and shit like that.
What got you off that path though?
Nothing. I ended up being a hell of a journalist. I ended up being a rapper. Right?
Boy,
Full
got
circle.
bars. That was good.
Full circle moment.
That was good.
But as we dive deeper into it now,
Yeah.
what I've been doing, creating my own news channel and all that
content,
shit, it's like
yep.
I'm like really coming.
Yeah,
all the
you
way
kind
back
of
to it.
really wound up doing it.
You know what I mean? But I think you wound up doing it too. All the
I
stunts you
think
be pulling.
I think we had. I think
You
so.
didn't even catch that. What?
Huh?
I said, I think you did pretty good too with all the stunts you be pulling.
I don't like this job. Yo, listen.
You told me what your career was. I could not let that moment go. I was like, this is too easy. Is he really doing this?
You just
like,
you just trying to line me up.
You lined yourself up.
You just trying to line me up.
I didn't want to be a stuntman when I was younger. You wanted to be the stuntman.
You see, you know,
That's a hell of an
what's your
occupation,
problem,
though.
though? You know what's your problem?
Let me hear it.
I try to confide in you as a brother. I shared something with you, and then you just reversed it on me.
No.
You ridiculed me.
I did it.
Yeah, just now.
You dove into your purpose.
So I can't share with you,
Everything is a
nigga.
full circle moment for us.
But I can't share with you.
I just told you I wanted to be a journalist, and I said it came back to me. I ended up being a journalist.
Okay, and I end up still being a
stuntman.
Woo!
Action movies.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
a lot of action.
Oh,
a lot
man.
of action.
So, in Brooklyn, they got another nickname they know you by when you coming up?
Yeah, a few.
Yeah.
People that real close to me call me Ill Bill.
Ill Bill?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never even know that one.
Yeah. Illy Billy, yeah.
Illy Billy?
Yeah. People that's very, very close to me.
That's any rock people?
And they rock, yeah.
I'm just trying to give people a little backstory. They always see you moving and grooving.
Every now and then, like you'll see Cena or somebody call me Chinaman.
Chinaman?
Yeah. My family on my mother's side called me Chinaman.
You got to grow up with your moms and your pops?
Early on. I had my mother and my father. But my father was probably in that first wave of when that crack hit.
My parents too.
Yeah, so when that first wave hit, early 80s, I think he was in that first wave. So by the time I got about 13, 14, he had already passed. He had passed about 14. So yeah.
Did you get to have a good relationship with him while he was here?
I think I had a great relationship with him, but I think the relationship deteriorated.
Yeah, don't get caught up.
Yeah, don't get caught up in here.
Don't get caught up.
Yeah, we will go viral.
Yeah, you will go viral, not me.
I think the relationship spun in a negative way once that pull from the crack started to happen. So this is back when we was going to school and we see all the capsules and the crackheads and all that. So once he started to become that, there was of course, it's the natural progression of things that he couldn't be the father that I know him to be prior to that. I remember him when he was some of his great side, right? But then I started to see him fall off and then look bad and then, go through periods of time when, he got his weight back. And I'm like, yeah, my dad back. Like, yeah, So I watched all that. And, what they said it was, back then it was that when you was addicted to drugs and that mattered, it was a disease. So, he fought, but he was never able to come out of that. And it's weird though, because when I see some of the older dudes that he used to be with that still get high right now, I'm just like, damn, crack really didn't kill. It's interesting. So, but I think I had a great relationship with him. I think I knew where his heart was at. I think that he just couldn't get past
break that cycle.
Yeah.
Like a lot of our parents or elders from the 80s are still stuck in that wave, which is sad. So you be saying that from wanting to become a stuntman to running in the streets, where was that switch at?
I think, you sitting in the house and you dreaming, you watching TV shows, you want to be whatever. Like you watching Voltron and you watching all your cartoons or whatever. But you got to remember, we come from an era where everything we did was in the street. When we walked right outside, we was right dead in the middle of everything. So I come from a block that was highly active, very, very, very crowded. And I want to say around the time I got to be around 12 is when I think I really got excited about being outside. And at this point, my father's already full speed into his hell. So my mother, and you know, trying to cope with having 2 kids. Yeah, so now I'm hanging out, you know, I'm running around with BO and them, and they got hammers, and they put me on back of the bike with the book bag and the hammers in it, right? And you know, they getting in the shootouts, and I'm right there. I'm passing the hammer off, and you know, and I was excited about that. I thought that was everything, you know, because I attributed respect with being violent. You know, like the niggas that I looked up to that was like name brand, all had respect because they were known to take it to that place, you know?
I mean, I feel like you feel, but I know as a youngster, it's easy to be influenced by such things when we don't want to see too much else. So from 12, your first battle, getting in trouble, to now you have a career in crime. When did you start feeling like I got to get ready to change something?
Change what?
Your life.
For the better?
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't happen until I was actually in prison, but I don't know if I actually felt like I needed to change my life, or I felt like I just needed to do something different, because I always felt like, see, the thing is, the hardest thing to do is to do something different, right? I felt like at this time, I only knew how to be a person in the street. I only know how to, this was my whole world. Everybody I know is in and out of jail. We selling drugs, we shooting, we doing whatever, right? Now, being in prison, I don't know if I told myself I was actually gonna change. I felt like I was there, but I was always thinking about, you know, when I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna get money, I'm gonna do, you know what I mean? I don't think I was there yet. The music is what came to me. Me starting to rap is what came to me. Me being in Southport 23 hours a day, SHU for years straight, that came to me and gave me hope. It wasn't, for me, it wasn't so much about me changing. It was about me finding something that I could believe in, finding something that was different than the shit that I'm involved in. You know what I mean? Because what we really doing? We gonna come out, we gonna sell drugs, we gonna kill niggas, we gonna, like, I'm like, oh, we could do this. We can do this. We can do this thing right here. This is, look at what's happening. Like, all these guys, they say they street, and like, we really that. Like, we can do this. And it gave me something to hope for. And after a while, I was just like, I believe.
Nah, it's crazy I asked you that, because, you know, in most people's situation, if I ask them that, they usually have a point in their life where they got locked up for a crazy crime, or they did something that was wild, or there's something that happened and be like, yo, nah, this is what happened that made me be like, nah, I got it. But for you, it was just like, that wasn't the case. It was the music that made you change your trajectory. Like, maybe this.
The music, it gave me something to work towards, because, you know, I'm in there, I'm not really trying to learn a trade. They give you opportunity, you know, to weld and carpentry and, you know, all these things that you could pick up and come home and use. I was in there going to class sleeping. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. You got to remember, I went to jail when I was 17. So my whole upbringing in prison, I still was young and I still was a knucklehead. I'm in there selling drugs. I'm in there robbing. I'm in there getting into a lot of contention, a lot of issues. So, you know, I'm not going home to be no fucking carpenter. Right? So I didn't even want to be selling that fake shit to myself, because I knew I was going to go home and do wrong. Honestly, I'm being 1,000%. But the music made me feel like, man, the ends could justify the means. And when I went home, yeah, I still was doing shit. I still was involved in things, but the music was like, yo, we going to the studio. Where you going? I'm going to the studio. Yo, I gotta go meet K Slay. It gave me something to work towards, bro.
So you felt like the music could save your life?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thought of not having that as a dream or having something to work towards, sometimes change don't come that way. It didn't come that way to me where I just woke up and said, I just want to change. It was a gradual thing. It was me having to open up my eyes through action. It was, I got something to work towards now that's different than I ever done, and it's fun to do. So after a while, my body is following my mind.
So when you start getting money, that makes you start diving into things you like more. So how long after you started getting money did you realize you got to get ready to let some things go?
When I started to see that some of my actions was preventing the opportunity for other money or bigger money, right? So it's like, bro, you not gonna outreal this shit. This is business, okay? You're not gonna come out here with all this because of whatever your track record is and think that's what the game is about. This is a business, and the business is to sell music, and you got to sell an image to sell the music. So I'm like, I got the image, I got the look, I got the history, but I didn't understand that there's a way to do everything, bro. You know? And when I realized that, when I'm at the label and they telling me, well, everybody's invited except for you, you can't go. But why I can't go? They don't want you there. When I seen that it was preventing or stopping certain opportunities, because opportunities breeds money. When that was happening, I said, nah, man, I gotta figure this out. And then you gotta also understand, I had never been nowhere in my life other than the streets and prison. I've been nowhere else. I was in the streets as a kid. I went to prison, and when I came out of prison, I was back in the street. Music gave me an opportunity to start traveling and not to be selling drugs, traveling to perform and traveling because people wanted to see you. And now I'm going from state to state. Now I'm going out the country. Now I'm in Japan. Now I'm in Africa. I'm saying, hold up, man. Don't nothing feel greater than living, man. So when I had the opportunity to live, I wanted to live, nigga.
What year you signed?
My first deal, I signed 2006.
20 years ago.
Yeah, bro.
All right, check this out. You've been here for 20 years. How many artists you seen come and go?
Oh my God. Like a number that's unimaginable.
So I'm sitting here just watching you figure out how to reinvent yourself and persevere through all these years. There's a gift in that. That shit just don't happen. You know what I mean? Like, just because we've seen so many come and go. Some of the biggest artists we've ever seen that we don't see no more. Some we're just here for a short ride. But somehow, some of us who people counted out and prayed that they wouldn't still be here, that shouldn't still be here, are still here like yourself. What do you attest that to?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, my nigga. I'm not a heavy religious person, all right? When I was in prison, I felt special. I felt protected from it's hard to describe what I'm saying, right? Because it's just a feeling. There were things that was happening there that I was seeing that I didn't want to be a part of. I had 3 rules for myself when I was there that I don't know why nobody gave this to me, nobody told this to me. The 3 rules was, if I do any of these 3 things while I'm here, then I'm actually leaving my spirit in prison and I'm gonna be back here for the rest of my life. I don't know why I made that up. The 3 things was, 1, I will not come in prison and pick up a drug habit. I didn't come in here with one. 2, I would not engage in any homosexuality. I'm not that. That's not my thing. I'm not coming in here to do that. 3, I will not become a jailhouse snitch. That's not who I am. I will not come to jail and become something that I'm not. And those 3 things, I felt like I would be giving my spirit to the prison walls, to the prison yards. And I stayed away from that type of shit. And when I walked out, I felt like there was something else for me, bro. I didn't know how I would connect every dot, but I just felt like it was something special about me. Before I even wrote my first rap, there's shout out to J-Rock, he's a legend from Fort Greene, you know, Killer Ben, may rest in peace. Listen, I was in Southport Box in the morning, and J-Rock, he rapped, and I would just like to listen to him rap. And one morning he said to me, he said, yo, you should rap. I said, I don't rap. And he said, you look like a rapper. When I think about that to this day, it give me chills. It give me chills because he seen something in me while we in the cages. I'm talking about anybody that been in the prisons, no, we in the cages. Prison is the bottom of society. So to be in SHU in the box is the bottomless pit. You can't go nowhere lower in life. We at the bottom of the totem pole of life. I'm in my cage, he in his cage, and he telling me I look like a rapper. Yeah, man. Unbelievable, brother.
So you use those same traits to persevere in this game?
I think it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Some people understand how to navigate. I think I was a person, maybe from young, that understood the temperature of his environment. If you put me in an environment that's cool, I'm naturally cool. If you put me in an environment that, you know, that there's like, you know, we thinkers, then I adapt to that. If the environment is aggressive, then I get with that too. So it's like, music is like that, the music business, because things come and go, right? You know, there's styles, there's eras, there's sounds that come and go. But to be able to still exist and still be notable and still have people wanting to do business with you, come on, man. That's a blessing, brother.
So now you're in the rap game, and you get to meet all the niggas you thought was dope coming up. How does that feel?
I always talk about that because, and I never, see, one thing is like, I'm not afraid or too hung up on myself to tell another nigga, yo, I fuck with you. I was a fan. When I met Kiss, when I met like everybody that I want to know, when I met Fat Joe, anybody that I sat in the day room and I would watch videos, 106 in Park, and I would be like, damn, I want to do that. I want to be right there. So, you know, we were sitting up in there listening to tapes, listening to DMX, listening to Hove. And then I met all of them, and they all was like, yo, I fuck with you, or good to meet you, or whatever. Like, that to me was a lot.
I want to ask you something. I don't want to get too personal, but I just want to ask you this because I know it's always been on my mind. With all that you've done in life, all the bad that you seem to be able to turn good and flip your life around and do things that you've never, ever done before. And through all of this, I know your mom's was a witness to every step of your way. And we just lost Mama Dukes not too long ago.
Yep, 4 years.
But does it feel good to be able to show her you turned your life around and made a complete change of yourself from what she known you to be?
Yeah, one of the greatest things, because I had the type of moms that I didn't even understand her love for us. She was like, what, my kids ain't bad? Lynette, he was down the block shooting, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's what I was trying to explain when we was talking when we was talking about the had and the mad, and I was like, I couldn't, my mom's wasn't really the hate she was with everything
listen,
we was with. But looking back, I kind of understood, but I don't want to interrupt you.
I remember being suspended one time for whatever, and my mom's coming up to the school and losing it just because the teacher, the principal was like, "Oh, he's bad" or whatever. And it was me and Mo Dog. Yeah, shout out to Mo Dog, free Mo Dog. So it was so she would allow me to be, and some people don't agree with this style of parenting, but my mother had already got to the point where she said, "Listen, my son is already in the street, right? So don't hide nothing from me, right?" So, one time she walked in and we was in the kitchen with the razors and the work, right? And she walked in, don't hide it, because at the end of the day, if this is what you're doing, I need to be aware, right? So that I could protect you, right? So I didn't have to. It get even deeper. I didn't have to hide machinery from her, nothing. Like it's 5-6 guns in the house. I don't gotta hide them from my mom's. None of that. Yep, driving like so. My mom's then got locked up for shit that I done. So when I was in jail, she used to always say, "I'm proud of you." And I'm like, proud of me? How? Like, I'm sitting in a box with 2 years. Like, what? I'm in here fucking up. I'm not even doing good here. I'm not even doing good in here. Every time I can't, I'm having, what I'm saying? I'm getting into it all the time. Like, and she would write these letters to me and shit, and she'd be like, "I'm just so proud of you." And I didn't understand what she was saying until many, many, many years later. She was basically telling me that she was proud that I was still pushing. Like, I still had strength in me to still move forward, that I wasn't giving up on myself. And I understood that. And I understand that now when I'm as a father. So when I get home, my mother is my biggest fan, right? She's driving her car, it was CDs back then. Yeah, this is Maine. Yeah, listen to yeah, Maine rapping, yeah. And I'm like, "Mom, I hate it when you listen to my music because I'm talking crazy." Right? But she just was so proud, and the greatest thing for me was getting her to see me change my life, me, getting a chance to move her, for her to see me have kids and have a relationship with my son and and daughter. So those things was like a full circle moment, because she known what it was very early, bro. Like, violence and shit of that nature. So to now, my son is on TV. Son's a rapper, and it's so crazy. My mom's passed while we was doing Lobby Boys, and I remember one time she's like, "Yeah, I see you in the studio with Jim Jones. What y'all doing?" So we working on Lobby Boys, man. We coming. Yeah,
It gotta be an incredible film.
Yeah,
just to
absolutely.
know that she knows that baby
100%.
boy is changed up. He not going back.
Yeah.
And you got
Yeah.
the family. See, I know your position, because we kind of mirror. I never did no jail time, so we don't mirror each other like that. But we
Stop playing with.
my bad.
Crazy. Yo, you nuts, man.
No, man. I admire you. And
We got the same story, brother.
I respect you a lot.
No,
Like,
100%.
you know what I mean?
Likewise, we got the same story. You don't have to go to prison to have the same similar story. We grew up in the same era. The ghettos is really the same. We all connected, and I realized that, because we all got the same struggle. We all come from, families that was affected by things, whether they was on drugs or they family members was on drugs or they was caught in violence, and then we grew up not knowing what we wanted. We didn't have no direction, and we tried to figure things out, and luckily we was able to withstand, because our friends was dropping in front of us. And when I was 15, my friend died right in front of me, and I watched him die, take his last breath. Yes. And change me mentally.
Yes.
You understand? So you didn't have to go all the way in there to have some of the same ethics and the same
100%.
principles, bro.
So what with the parenting that you came up under, do you think, even myself, you think that turned us into gentle parents? Because we like suckers when it comes to
Yeah.
parents.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something. 100%. I'm on
We soft as hell.
Yo, do you understand? What?
Soft as hell, bro.
Yo, listen to me. I need you to understand. I'm being honest with you, man.
I'm telling you.
I'm in here with honesty.
I'm telling you.
I'm not in here playing games.
I be soft as hell. Like, yo,
Yo,
bro,
listen to me.
was a
Do you know what my
punk.
father? You know what my father used to do, bro?
What he used to do?
My father, if I had a problem with a kid in the neighborhood, my father would go get the kid, sort him out, and say, "You want to fight my son? Come on, let's go.
Yeah, my mom used to do that shit
Get me,
too.
come, bring me down, and make me fight." Yo, I couldn't even do that.
No, I couldn't.
All
can't.
this tough shit I've been selling, I couldn't even do it.
I didn't do it.
Yo, listen,
I didn't do it. I didn't raise no punk, but it's not like
Yeah,
I didn't put him through the fucking shit that I was put through.
Brother, I didn't fought in front of my mother, father, grandmother, aunts.
What?
Like what?
Wildin'.
The whole like hit him back. That's right. Yo, let me tell you something. I was telling somebody yesterday. So we come from the same exact era. So I think raising young black kids in the 80s, early 80s, and all that, it was rough for our parents because they was young, right? So here's the thing, right? My mother would be, "You bet not come in here crying about some shit, or if somebody did or hit you, somebody hit you, you hit them back, and they too big, you pick something up."
You pick anything.
I had
up.
stress going in the house because one time I was in the bathroom in the 2nd grade, and I don't know, I was, me and somebody was playing around, and he might have got me in a chokehold, and I cried. Made me cry. Okay? I cried. And my man Gary,
Not in the 2nd grade. You're not too
2nd grade,
crying.
yeah, I cried.
Not Maine.
Yeah, I cried. And my man Gary G, he gonna tell me he don't remember this. He gonna tell me it wasn't him. It was you. Out of nowhere, nobody asked him to come to my house, knock on my door, and say, "Miss Lynette, the boy made man cry in the school earlier today." What? And she said she was so cool about it.
Dropped a dime on you?
100%. He said, "Really?" She said, "Really? Oh, okay. Thank you, Gary." Okay. Close the door. Come here. And I got an ass whipping for crying, for not fighting back. You see? So I think
Different type of era.
yeah, it's a different type of, you see? So it's like, but I think the cause and the purpose was different because you couldn't raise weak black men like that in this era.
society.
You can't,
And it was different.
It was very rough. So you couldn't raise them to be soft and to be punks. You had to raise them because they coming from a rough era. Can't have you out here. My mother used to say, you pussyfooting. I remember when I was real small, she said something. I'm a Virgo, so it's like, you say something, I'm like, she said something to me, and I'm sitting in the corner, tearing up. She said, "What's wrong with you?" And in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna make her love me. It's gonna make her give me affection. I said, "You hurt my feelings." She said, "What?"
She wild you up.
Get the fuck up before I give you something to really cry about.
No, that line was crazy.
100%.
You be crying after you just got an ass
Yeah.
whooping. They talk about,
Snot,
you
yeah.
want me to give you something to really cry about?
Yeah.
You just gave me something to cry about, obviously.
You know they don't say that no more. The mothers of today don't use those words no more because first of all, if you go like this to your kid,
They call them boys
yeah,
on you.
like
They call people
oh
on
my
you.
God, you can't hit the baby. Like so, it's
Diapers to be at your house.
It's different.
Yeah, it's way different now.
You know,
You're not-
our mothers was picking up.
There's no hand-to-hand
tracks.
combat in that
Yeah.
house right now. You gotta be very particular how you even talk to your kids.
Yeah,
right now.
crazy, and definitely not in public. Crazy.
How about I tell nah, my mom's, you definitely was getting your ass kicked when I was younger. Oh man, now let's get into rappers.
Yeah.
You got like a favorite rapper of all time?
No.
No favorite rapper of all time?
I think Tupac was probably the most influential rapper to me, for me. Big made me feel, because he was from my neighborhood and I could like visualize it, and he was around the homies and everything. I was like, he made me feel like I can do it. But Pac touched me because I felt like Pac.
Pause.
Pause what? Pause how?
Pac touched you. How did he touch you? Where did he touch you at? Like, I'm curious to know where.
You see,
where
this is
Pac
what I'm
touched
saying.
you at.
This is not let's rap about it, nigga. I need you to focus.
It's life, though.
Give me some grace.
You can't be running around here talking about Pac touching.
He touched
What did he
my
touch?
soul.
I'm gonna just let it go.
With
I'm gonna
some
let
of
it
the
go.
things that he was saying, okay? I felt like he explained the black male experience in that era better than anybody.
He did. He definitely did.
You know, he was touching on having enemies and being out of prison and homies dying and, you know, going through these things and trying to.
And it meant so much. It meant so much at the time.
Yeah, it was like having a hopeless feeling.
Yes.
A feeling of hopeless, not knowing where you're going, you know, and being trapped in a world of trouble, you know, like all these things. I got cases and I'm going to court and all these things. And, you know, so I think that he influenced me more.
You put yourself to the side. Top 3 rappers in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, that's Dead too? No, I mean this is
Dead or Alive. This your top.
top
what,
3.
What would be your top 3?
Hove, Biggie, Fab. The top 3.
Hove, Biggie, Fab. I like that.
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
I like that.
Yeah, all.
I like that.
Yeah,
like that.
100%.
I fuck with that. You've been in the press lately. You know?
Yeah.
I don't want
Because of you, nigga. Because of you. It is what it is.
Yeah, I just wanted to give the floor to that because I didn't want to just leave that, let that go.
But we already understand that. See,
it's not because of me though.
It is because of you.
No, it's
but it's
not.
okay. But I'm telling you, it's all right.
No, it's not because of me.
Why not?
Why would you say it's because of me?
I already gave you this conversation already because inadvertently, because of your, you know, you being Jimothy, you know, and you know, a lot of things was coming your way, you know, but that's what happens though, because when you don't pick a side, somebody else gonna pick it for you. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, it's all weak. But what I do love about it is how you were able to turn it over and use it as a press run, which works better in your favor than anybody else's favor.
Absolutely. Have to learn to play the game. That's another element of reinvention and controlling your narrative and then navigating through this new time, because this is a different era right now, right? The culture of the internet now is different than it was 6-7 years ago. You didn't have what you got going on now on YouTube back then. So, you know, the culture of everybody having pages and they want it monetized. So then there's this like, yo, I'm gonna say the most deplorable things about these people because I want people to watch it. And I ain't gonna care because it's content. So now I'm understanding that, okay, this is just the law of the land. This is where it's at in the culture. So let me figure out a way to kind of manipulate that to benefit me now.
Well, what about being responsible in that fact? Like this, do you feel that some of these people should be responsible?
I always felt like that, but this is what I had to learn though. But nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about responsibility. I'm screaming, yo, you niggas is not checking the facts. I'm screaming, yo, you niggas is promoting lies and falsehoods. Where's what? But nobody cares because now we at a place now where it's just about sensationalism. It's just about the story at that time. It's just about the algorithm, and everybody wants to be in it. So no. Although I would like to see what you said, I would love that, right? For niggas to stand on principle, but nah, they not.
You ever felt like you hit rock bottom in this game before?
Many times. Mentally, spiritually, financially, I've been there, bro. I've been through every bump of this game.
When you hit rock bottom, do you feel like there's some people that should have came to your aid?
No, I don't necessarily feel like that. I don't necessarily feel like anybody needed to assist me. I felt like I needed to always figure out a way to maneuver out of whatever space or whatever was making me uncomfortable, whatever the problem was. Because at the end of the day, it starts and ends with us, bro. Like, we the driver of our own machines, bro.
But I mean that in the sense of we help so many people, right?
Mm-hmm.
We help people damn near when we don't got it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it gets to a point where we are rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, when you look at all the people you have helped, you don't feel like, damn, out of all these people that I have helped, they see that I'm down a little bit. You niggas
Well,
don't even give a call.
Yeah, I get that. But so here's the thing. I never expected too much from anybody that I met in the game, right? But I'm fortunate enough to have a close circle of friends that we really brothers, we really tight. We've been friends all our lives. And there were times when, yeah, nigga, I needed help. I needed that half a man, or I needed that, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, and to have people in position around you that, yo, here go 50. You know what I'm saying? Here go 30, the times that I may have needed that, or to do whatever they had in their power to help me. So yeah, I'm fortunate to have that nucleus of people like that. You know what I mean?
No, I just want to know that because I know there's been a lot of people who have hit rock bottom and choose to opt out. You know what I mean? Like, done with it. Like, I can't even cope with the game no more. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, it's go back to being able to persevere and reinvent yourself and things like that, because there are a lot of, I've been through those moments a lot in my career, like a seesaw, and I've been to very, very high heights, and shit, I've been right back to the bottom. And when I was coming up, they used to tell me, be careful when you're going up, especially who you piss off, because when you come back down, those are the ones that are going to piss on you. And
Wow.
you dig? That's how the trickle falls.
Yeah.
You heard?
Literally.
You heard my hat then got wet a couple.
What's that on your hat? It's pee. Yo, but the game is designed like that, and it'll have you questioning yourself, your own purpose, and sometimes, you know, so you'll go through times when, you know, you hit those blocks and you stumble a little bit, man. But to be able to get back up is a testament to a nigga's strength. That's how you really judge a man. You judge a man not in the times when it's all good. You judge him by his ability to deal with chaos and adversity. How he's able to take losing, falling, and working his way back.
Speaking about working his way back, so now music is always going to be music, and it has changed a lot for us because we've been here through a few eras, and we got to see music changing from tapes to CDs to your iPhone, iPad, you dig? So it's like now we're at a place where music could be consumed so easily anybody could wake up and do music. 2-year-old, 10-year-old don't need nothing to be a rapper. Cool. But moving forward for rappers like us that have been here for so long, and they try to put rapper in a box of it's a young thing when it's not. You know what I mean? It hasn't even matured yet.
Right.
But for that matter, it's like, for us, it's like the whole new thing is content. Content is a new way for artists like ourselves to have legs in the game to go further. You feel like this is where we're going now, since with all these podcasts and seeing everybody kind of turning over into, or do you think that this also will become oversaturated like music have?
Both. Two things can be right. One, yeah, I see the game. It has become a content-driven world, right? You look at Instagram and the reels is just going off. They pushing you to put out more content because the fan is more in tune with that than anything now, right? As far as the podcasting thing, I think everybody is starting to want to do it. It may be oversaturated, so to speak. Everybody is not doing the same thing, so I say go for it, right? But I think it's going to continue to grow. But what I also think is happening is interesting is AI is now figuring out how to incorporate AI and use AI in your hustle. I think like I've been working with AI. I've been trying to understand it. I've been doing things on AI. I wrote a fucking movie script with AI. I mean, I didn't have him write it, but I wrote it and
it helps you out,
helped me break it down and stuff like that. The music now on AI, now you can make a song in literally 10 seconds, you know?
I think that's a cheat code for artists. That
It is, but here's what I'm trying to tell you is that we gotta educate ourselves on it because if not, then we're gonna be left out. We can't be out here looking like cavemen. So yeah, it's a content game, right? But it's also going into a next level of what AI is gonna do for that content. You know, they doing whole. Think about the fact that if you do a movie, say you do a movie the old-fashioned way, right? And now you want to do a soundtrack. Now you can go do AI songs and have a song for every. No,
like
you ain't
that.
got to do no clearances. You ain't got to pay no artists. They got AI artists on the charts right now. It's not gonna leave. So for us and the niggas like we niggas that look at things and figure, oh, okay, how can I make that work for me? How can I figure out?
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
So you hustle. You think that you think you still have things to prove to this industry, or you feel like you kind of passed that? Like
Prove as far as music wise or
just anything. For us, it's a lot of variables to that. But music, I mean, in the music industry, music, who you are, you think that you're still in a race to do that, or
I think about that sometimes because I always felt underrated. I've always felt way better than what I've been given credit for. So sometimes I'm like, man, these niggas been playing with me. They just don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know if, in the grand scheme of things, if that really matters, right? What I think matters more is continuing to build the brand and to create the maximum value for the brand. You see what I'm saying? Like what we was able to do with Let's Rap About It added more value to the brand.
No, exactly. And speaking of Let's Rap About It, I do want to say thank you for helping me actually put that show together, because I know a lot of people just see from the outside, and you know, me and Maine be really connected on a whole nother level, and I kind of felt like you knew what I was doing from when I had you come for that interview. Like
I didn't though. I really didn't, bro. Cause you like a little. See. And I told you this. I said you a nigga that you would hit me at like 4:00, and we'll have a regular conversation. 5:30, you'll hit me back like, yo, we should just shoot a video. Like, you'll just have so many different ideas. But one thing that I always respected is the fact that you act on your ideas, bro. I told you that. It's millions of people every day that got ideas of being something or somebody and have not found how to act on that. They have not found how to apply that. They have not found the courage or the will that it takes to bet on themselves to do something without somebody doing it for them. So you always was a nigga that I respected when it came to saying something and then doing it. So when we came on the show, I kind of just took it as, okay, Capo doing his show, and we gonna come in and we gonna vibe because we got a relationship and we gonna do what we do, right? It wasn't until I started seeing the comments And when people was like, yo, I never knew that we needed something like this. And I was like, oh, wow. This could be. And then it was like at the same time I was seeing the comments, you was on the line like, yo, we need to do this. So you had your vision, you know, and it worked, and it worked, and it worked, and it worked.
I was like, I was gonna ask you, yo, we should do a show, and I was like, nah, because you gotta think about who's, and I always think about Fab, and you know what I mean, you know how we treat, you know what I mean, Fab is Fab, man, he's a very big deal out here. So it was like, I'm like, man, I gotta finesse him. So I gotta finesse my guys, but I gotta finesse these niggas into seeing what we could do. I'm like, fuck it, they gonna give me an interview. I said, for one thing for sure,
we know we coming. You know we was
pop
coming.
out for the interview because this is what we do anyway. I said,
Yeah.
They pop out, I got them, and the niggas agree. So it was like, yo, I do want to, and I appreciate all of y'all. You know what I mean, I am having the time of my life on that show. I can't say I look forward to every Wednesday in my life right now.
Yeah,
it's like. It's like a thing for me. It's like Wednesday is a day for me. Like I'm getting drippy. It's like it's a whole thing.
Process,
it's like you know what I mean. It's like having a residency in Vegas or something. Like nigga, you heard every Wednesday is lit in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And then the energy, the brotherhood. You know, coming up with no brothers. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've gained a lot of brothers coming throughout my time. So this brotherhood.
That's why it works. You understand why our dynamic on the show works in a space that's different than what other podcasts, because the way our conversations and topics is constructed, it's not about interviewing a nigga, right? It's not like, hey, bro, like when you know what I'm saying, you doing your interview thing now, right? But when we on Let's Rap About It, the conversations is different because the relationship's been laid for years to be able to do that. It's like, remember, me and you would be in the studio arguing about what
Everything.
Brooklyn started, what Harlem stole from Brooklyn, right? You know what I'm saying? We was arguing about that. We always been going back and forth with shit. We always was having the same conversations that we had on Let's Rap About It, but privately. But you know what? Timing is everything. It was 100%. The timing.
And you know
that
what's
was
funny too? Because we would always used to say that too, like even with Fab, like, niggas don't be knowing how greasy Fab be talking. And that stuck with me like, yo, bro, we could get Fab on TV to do
me and you always
a little bit of how he be. That
he's super funny, slick, witty.
Nah, he definitely shooting. Like, no, that's definitely. So I don't want to keep you too long, but is there any side of Maino that we haven't seen?
I think people starting to see it now more than ever. And I think it was the show that did it.
You think it's more of your charisma that people haven't seen?
Yeah, it's more because the show gave me the opportunity to be me without not in the interview space. So like when you go in an interview, right? A nigga asking you a question, you just answering it. Now he got a chance. Now we sitting in the space. I'm with my niggas who I really hang with, and we talking about things that apply to us. So now people get a chance to see me the way everybody else did outside of the cameras.
You think the show helps break the stigma of what they paint us to be?
Yes.
From being rappers and our history and the stupid shit that we've done. But that's a whole different thing is what I be trying to tell people. Like, yeah, you might see us do so much shit in rap or in the streets and shit like that, but that's not, I wouldn't say that's not really who, but it's a whole different side of us, a human side. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know how to explain it to people and shit like that. Like that shit was some shit that was done out of survival and some shit that had to happen along the course of life.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like,
let me tell you something, right? Growing up, I took this into consideration when I was growing up. Every nigga that I looked up to that was, you know, lit or whatever, that had respect or props or whatever, every name brand nigga that I knew was funny when you got to meet him and was so secure on who he was that he didn't act the way that you heard his name. You like, damn, that's such and such. Yeah, that nigga, he a funny nigga, he a cool nigga. You know he'll go somewhere else with it, but you know you know, so those was the niggas. I was like, it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to laugh, my nigga. It's okay to, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to show a human side. It don't take nothing away from nothing else. You see? So that's why I'm super comfortable being me on 10,000.
And it's dope because there's so many people that don't even know us for being rappers, so and they see the show and they're just taking us for who we are.
Yeah. I like that.
Who people know
I like
us to
that.
be. Like
Yeah,
that,
and the
you know what I
ladies
mean?
love it, man.
And so speaking about being able to show people your authentic self and not have to use your armor, you have Maino Day in Brooklyn, which is a pretty big deal. I would say I don't know too many artists that have their own day in their own town while they're still alive.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Yes. You've been to both of them.
What prompted that?
Which is another side of who we are, right? So I was, going to my neighborhood, doing coke drives, doing things for my hood, and just trying to be.
Oh, I thought you said doing coke drops. I was like, where we go? My bad. All right, I'm serious. My bad. Serious.
Guy.
Serious.
So I was, I would get, shout out to my man Bless, because he hooked me up with getting coats from Macy's a few years back. And when Macy's would give us their inventory at the end of the year, they would give us like $40,000, $50,000 worth of coats that they had to get rid of. So they would give them to us. I would take them to the PAL in my neighborhood on Gates and give them to the kids, to the families, and you understand what I'm saying? So just trying to be more proactive at trying to make a difference is how I got the day. Shout out to Bianca, for helping me get that, Kanasia, for putting that together. So the Brooklyn Borough president, gave me a proclamation and said, Maino Day, and I asked him can I have it on my mother's birthday? So every August 16th, which is my mother's birthday, which is Maino Day. So I told him I didn't want to just have that just to have it. I ain't want to just be one I got a day and just be running around. So I wanted to really do something in my community. And so every year we block off two city blocks. On one end we got, shout out to SOS for always, coming through. We got, rides and things for kids at the game trucks, bouncy houses, kids getting haircuts, so we doing give backs. We got healthcare out there, it's like a festival at the same time. You got a stage on the opposite end for the local artists. So it was just a day to, to give back and have something for kids to do in the neighborhood, man, No,
that's pretty dope. I like that. I'm a person from my neighborhood who's chosen to give back in my own special way. I don't do it the most conventional way, but I give back from my heart, and I do it a lot. I do it continuously, whether it's advice, whether it's money, whether it's actual items, Turkey Day, and I believe that people in our position who came up like us, it's our duty, and it's also tradition that we carrying on from our days when we watched the people that was getting money and take everybody to get haircuts, take everybody to great adventures.
Right.
Now we're on a different level and we're able to do that much more. And I just want to give you your flowers for putting on for Brooklyn in that way.
100%.
Before we got it, I got one more question. So,
what's that?
how have the escorts affected your career? Now let me stop. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Playmaker. This is another episode of Artist to Artist. We gonna catch you on the next with my man Maniac.